My fellow traders, I hope you guys had a great day today. And it was one of the rare occasions where we have a lot of fun in the market. Even though it's a little tense and aggravating, it actually felt like a little bit of fun today, which was a good thing. But I'm happy I'm able to make a video today. There are a lot of days where I have really good days and I don't get to make a video because it's family time. When the market's closed, um, my focus is on my family and making sure that they're getting everything they need and I'm taking care of them. So if I don't have time, I don't get to make a video. That's why I put so much emphasis in teaching in the morning when the market's open, because that's when you really learn the most. Is when it's open, when you actually see things happening, and all of that. But I don't avoid some days and do videos some other days. Nah, it's hit and miss. But I trade live every day in the chat room. So I can't hide when I lose. I can't hide when I do bad. I can't hide when I make mistakes. You guys see it. And that's part of the learning process. So that you could see me do these things and then turn it back around. All right. So it's going to kind of segue into this question I have for you. And I get this question a lot in my mentor sessions. Why can't I follow my damn trading rules? I have simple rules. A simple rule for entry strategy. Simple rule for figuring my stop. Why can't I follow these rules? And the answer is really simple. You have a lack of confidence in your ability to actually trade, and you have a lack of confidence in the strategy that you're trading. These are the things that make you change what you're doing in the heat of the battle, in the heat of the moment. You start doubting yourself. You start doubting what you're seeing. You start doubting whether the strategy is going to work or not. So you really, don't have it. And so when the trade is happening, you start to think, hey, I know better than what my rules are, what my trade plan is. I know better. And so I'm going to change it up. And that's what you do. And you completely screw it up. And you see me do that a lot. You saw me do it a lot for a couple of weeks because I didn't realize what I was doing. And now that I figured it out, I threw my, reflection and going through the things I need to do in the afternoon, I kind of skipped a week. But when I got back on track, I realized what I was doing and was able to fix it and right the ship. So 2 days in a row, we're back on track. Now that doesn't mean I don't make mistakes. Because mistakes happen. But I'm not deliberately breaking my rules and going against what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's the main thing. So if you're having trouble following your rules, make sure they're simple. Make sure they're centered around the strategies that you're trading. But you're going to have to develop confidence in your ability to follow a simple set of rules. That's one of the major things that I want you to learn when you're doing that exercise at the beginning of the roadmap to success. You think it's a simple, stupid exercise, but I guarantee you, if you fight through it and you do what you're supposed to do, you're going to develop confidence in yourself and your ability. And that's number one. And then number two, you're going to know how to develop confidence in the strategy. The strategies that I teach you are the ones that I trade every day. the same strategies, the same way I teach you. When I screw up, I admit, okay, I messed up. I shouldn't have done it here. This is not what we do. And how we fix it and how we get back on track. This is how you make a living or grow your account in trading. So, with the growing, the trading and growing your small account that we're going through now, I'm giving you these strategies and putting it together for you in a trading methodology that you could use every day, but you have to follow the rules and you have to develop confidence in the strategy. But again, before you can develop confidence in any strategy, you have to have confidence in yourself and your ability to follow a specific set of rules. And if you never get that, it doesn't matter what strategy you trade, you're never going to make consistent money. And that's what it boils down to. So we need to develop confidence in ourselves and our ability to trade and follow specific trading plan, trading rules, and develop confidence in the strategy or the methodology or the process that we're using to make money in the market. All right, so if you have any questions, make sure, members, if you have if you had a membership that has mentoring, and we need to talk about it, make sure you get with me. Don't let all this time go by and then you don't take advantage of it. But if you're not a member, you have questions, you can always email me, ed@averagejoetrader.com. I've been through this. I've helped a lot of people through this. And, this is no BS. This is no glitz and glamour and all this. This is, real trader shit right here. All right, so let's take a look at today. The SPY gave us a little hiccup today. All right, so we got down. We opened, we got down, but guess what? We sold off. And remember what I told you yesterday, what can happen when you got down. Now, we always try to initially look for value to the long side, and then the market comes back down and it continues to sell off. All right, sometimes when the market gaps down and you have a lot of people thinking this is it, you're going to have people panic selling. And so you get the wash, and then it comes back and then it recovers. So there are two things you have to look for when the market's gapping down. And today we got just the opposite of yesterday. Today we got the panic selling because we opened under the 20 and we started and we got the panic selling. I wish we would have touched the 50 because that would give me more confidence tomorrow that we're going to maybe gap up and try to recover some of this. But because we didn't tap the 50, I think we may be coming in tomorrow morning. I think. But, we have to kind of wait and see what happens throughout the night. If any news that comes out that may spike the market or whatever. But it was a really fun day, watching the market do its thing. But for me, it's all about technicals. I'm looking at the technicals on the chart, and that's what I base my decisions off of. 100% the technicals. So we're under the 10 moving average, the 10-day. We're under the 5-day. It's kind of curling in. We're just under the 20. So technically, this thing is showing some weakness. So, just based on the technicals, it's showing a little bit of weakness today. Even though we closed back closer to the highs. So we'll have to see, what it looks like in the morning. Maybe I'll look at it after midnight, see where it's going. based on the overseas markets. You'll see how it's affecting it. But that's what I see. Technically, it looks like we're weak. We may be coming back in, but this candle kind of puts a wrinkle in that because of how strong we closed. So that's my take on that. So my day today. Now, you guys in the room, I have been practicing the taking the trades when we lose the pre-market high low, or claim the pre-market high, looking for that quick move, huge move down. And we did it on PayPal a couple weeks ago. And I was looking for the same move today, but I had some problems with the platform. And I'm not trading with TD Ameritrade now. I'm giving them a month to get their stuff together before I go back. I'm gonna start back with them the first month of the second quarter. So I'm back using Speed Trader, and I had some latency, the same kind of latency that I was having with TD Ameritrade. You could see I went to get in the trade here. I didn't get a fill until down here. I mean, the order just kind of sat there for a minute before it filled. And then I was trying to take profit down here, after it looked like we were running into support. I was trying to take the trade off, lock in the profit so I could get ready to reset. And the order sat there, and it sat there, and it sat there. And so normally with TD Ameritrade, I can click it, and it updates, and it shows that the order was filled. So I took it off, but the order never filled. It was just there, and I'm like, damn. And so I was trying to put another order in. It wouldn't go. It wouldn't accept it. It was just a real big, headache. That this thing was, I even went and jumped in another account and started trading. And while this was sitting, I was waiting on them to tell me what to do. And, come to find out, they said, look, you should have just left the order on. When you canceled it, you canceled it. And, there's nothing wrong. It was just, taking a while to get the confirmation back or whatever. Kind of the same thing that we were dealing with TD Ameritrade, but it kind of fixed itself, and I was actually able to get some profit out of this, which was nice, and started the day out a little exciting, but I kept my head. I didn't blow up, start throwing stuff around and beating on my desk and all of that stuff. You take responsibility for it. You handle it. If I had taken a loss, I just had to take a loss. But it eventually worked out, and we moved on. So that was PayPal. I didn't take it anymore because you can see we kind of traded inside of this channel. Even though this was a tradable channel here, I just chose not to trade inside of it today. But this would have been a nice trade over the 100 up to the 200. I tend to like to take these trades, as well. But I didn't want to, I wasn't feeling confident. And if you're not feeling confident in the trades, you don't take them. That's why, because if I didn't feel confident, I would have taken it. And guess what I would have done? I would have broken my rules. And I could have turned this good trade into a loss just by breaking my rules. So I think I made the right choice there. But, decent trade on PayPal. Okay, Facebook, that was the next one. And if you could see a lot of these stocks set up to the downside first when the market was selling off at the open. And then it recovered. Look how big this recovered. So I got this um, a little bit late getting in, but I was still within the range. Hit the first target, and how fast was this? Okay, I got the first target 10:09:41. At 10:09:56, it was back at break even. That's just how quick this damn thing came all the way back, and then turned around and bounced up again. So once it claimed this level here, and when I said claim, we closed above it. Then once we made a new high, I got in, and it immediately started selling off. So ended up taking it off. You know, it was either gonna go, or if it pulled back, we weren't gonna get the trade. So that worked out according to plan. Actually, I put the hard stop in, and you see it pulled all the way back, and it kind of traded inside the channel for a while. Here we broke over it. Actually, I didn't even mean to put that there. This never formed another channel because we didn't make a higher high. This channel was still intact. And so this was a channel break here that we could have got later on in the day. And this would have been a nice profitable channel break. And again, we're going to cover this in detail because all of this is part of the process in growing your small account. These trades are a lot less riskier. Okay, you just have to be patient and take the moves that the market gives you. And they add up. Okay, I promise you, they add up. You see it. You see it every week in what I do. It adds up. I don't do anything different. I think last week I took an earnings trade, and that was it. But other than that, I mean, I'm just gonna focus on doing this to show you just how lucrative it can be and how easily you can grow your account with as little risk as possible. So that was Facebook. Disney. Now Disney had some 200 calls coming in. We used the option flow scanner to let us know, to give us heads up if somebody's buying. Like on Disney, they were buying the February 26th $200 calls. They're expecting this thing to go to 200, and 8 times out of 10 it goes where the option flow takes it. So tomorrow I would expect it to get to 200. But I thought it would get there today. It tried. This was an early move. I took it when we broke over the previous 52-week high. We did pull back, but we held a 5-minute opening range. So technically, this trade never broke down. And this is a product of sticking to my rules. 2 weeks ago, I would have taken it off here. So I would have taken a loss and probably bought it back here. And, I would have killed my profit margin. So just being patient, allowing the trade to work as long as it stays in play, pays off. And didn't quite get to the final target. Well, yeah, it did. I'm sorry. We did get to the final target. And we pulled back. Tried to buy it here because look, we broke over it. We pulled back and it held, and we were holding. So once we broke over this, I thought we were good. I didn't wait for confirmation because, this looked really good. And sure enough, it pulled back. And I honestly didn't know I took this trade. I was thinking about taking it. I was thinking that I would take this trade if it confirmed and we would get a move down to the 50. And I honestly didn't think I took it. I flipped over to watch SQ and was watching PayPal to see if they were gonna, push up and break the top of their channels. I was looking for those moves, and I didn't realize I was in this trade until I went to take this SQ trade, this last one here. And when I went to get in, I realized, damn, I'm in um, Disney short. And I didn't want to get in Disney short because I'm looking for it to get to 200. You got all this 200 call buying. There's no way I wanted to get short on that. And I thought I had convinced myself, but I messed that up. But here is where I tried to take it. Well, no, this was an accident. I was in, I had got in Disney and I went to lunch. And what happened was when I logged in, I was trying to do something with Disney, and I was on SQ, and I accidentally got in, and I just took it off because I didn't want to get in here, and it eventually pulled back down. But I got back in, once it claimed this, we were making this big move up. I did get in, got a little bit of profit on this, but it just didn't follow through. This is at 3 o'clock. It had already made this huge move here. And it just kind of ran out of steam once we got over the 200. But all in all, it was a pretty good day. It wasn't perfect. Like I said, I did make a couple of mistakes executing. But it's my fault. I didn't have the right chart up. I'm trying to warm up my food and look at this little laptop. I tend to screw up sometimes. But that's just the risk I take. I'm trying to manage my position and being at lunch. But that's that. We ended up 10, 18, 16. Another good day. Too many tickets. I got about 4 tickets too many. So it should have been around 18, which is still a little high, but I'll take it. When I have some decent moves and I get to, multiple covers like this, I'll take that. Not bad at all. So I'll take 10, 18, 16, add it to whatever we made yesterday. I can't remember what we made yesterday, but add it to that. We're off to a good week. We just have to stick to our rules. When we break them or we get ourselves in a bad position, we have to focus and make sure that we make the right decisions to get ourselves out. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up today. I hope you guys have a great night, great evening, and we'll see you in the morning.